Hello, yes! This is BG Mancini from Mancini Enterprises. How may I help you? Yes, I've heard about those bank failures. I tell you, there's not many people you can trust in this world, but I assure you, you can trust BG Mancini and Mancini Enterprises. Yes, I assure you your money is safe with me. Now, excuse me, I have to steal all this money from this bank. Bye. Oh, looks like you caught me trying to steal money from this bank. Well, here's $1. Go buy yourself a Mancini Confidence Chocolate Bar, available at your favorite candy store, yes. Now, excuse me, I have to make my great escape. Ta-ta! Hello everyone and welcome to the 11th episode of Season 5. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before we jump into all the action, if you could, please thumbs up this video and make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any new interviews or episodes. Also, the best way to support this channel is to buy the shirts at threadless.com. A link is in the description. Each purchase directly supports SCR and allows us to continue to produce super cool content like this episode. I'm kicking off this show with the latest music from WormRose. WormRose is a very cool Swedish metal hard rock band that offers heavy riffs, catchy lyrics, and an energizing atmosphere. WormRose will captivate you with a modernized old school feeling. The band has found a sound that combines classic heavy metal and hard rock with other musical styles including funk, soul, and classic pop. I really dig this band and I look forward to seeing how they progress as a band. Right now I'm going to spin their latest single entitled Kiss My Feet. Check it out and enjoy.
Let me take my time, oh yeah.
Once again, that was Kiss My Feet by WormRose. Please check out and support this great band from Sweden. Now it's time for the latest topics and news. Let's go! Kicking off this news segment with some Motley Crue drama. I talked about how well Motley Crue was getting along a few episodes ago. However, it appears not all was what it seemed. It's a little bit of a lengthy story, that way I can explain both sides, but please stick with me. The news broke last week that Mick Mars is suing Motley Crue. Mars claims he was unilaterally removed from the band despite assuring he could still record in the studio and that his cut of the profits has been significantly reduced. According to TMZ, Mars' lawsuit against the band claims that they had a meeting to discuss his future as a member following his retirement from touring, and he made it clear that he would still be able to record in a studio and play limited performances. He asserted that his bandmates unilaterally removed him from the group and reduced his cut from its profits from 25% to 5% since he no longer would be touring. The suit reads, "They noticed an emergency shareholders meeting for the band's main corporate entity in order to throw Mars out of the band, to fire him as director of the corporation, to fire him as an officer of the corporation, and to take away his shares of the corporation. When he did not go away quietly, they purported to fire him from 6 additional band corporations and LLCs. The suit further alleges that 6 gaslighted Mars about his guitar performance, telling him that he had cognitive dysfunction and that his guitar playing was subpar. The suit added that 6 did not play a single note on bass during the entire US tour, as all of his parts were apparently pre-recorded, in addition to some of Vince Neil's vocals and Tommy Lee's drum parts. Mars' suit only demands the band hand over documents about their business to settle the dispute. But wait, there's more! The Motley Crue team issued a statement later that day. I quote, "Mick's lawsuit is unfortunate and completely off base. In 2008, Mick voted for and signed an agreement in which he and every other band member agreed that in no event shall any resigning shareholder be entitled to receive any monies attributable to live performances, i.e. touring." After the last tour, Mick publicly resigned from Motley Crue, despite the fact that the band did not owe Mick anything, and with Mick owing the band millions in advances that he did not pay back. The band offered Mick a generous compensation package to honor his career with the band. Manipulated by his manager and lawyer, Mick refused and chose to file this ugly public lawsuit. Equally unfortunate are his claims about the band's live performances. Motley Crue always performs its songs live, but during the last tour, Mick struggled to remember chords, played the wrong songs, and made constant mistakes, which led to his departure from the band. There are multiple declarations from the band's crew attesting to his decline, which are attached. The band did everything to protect him, tried to keep these matters private to honor Mick's legacy and take the high road. Unfortunately, Mick chose to file this lawsuit to badmouth the band. The band feels empathy for Mick, wishes him well, and hopes that he can get better guidance from his advisors, who are driven by greed. Wow, there's so much going on. It's a wild story. I think it's only going to heat up as it progresses. It's going to get ugly, in my opinion, because there is just so much going on between both the lawsuit and the statement from Motley Crue. There's so much that is going on. I will say the first side to provide receipts is probably going to have the advantage. So let me know what you guys think of this ugly Motley Crue lawsuit in the comments. On to our second and final topic for this segment. My next interview will be released this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. My guest is Phil Lewis from LA Guns. If you would have told me when I first started this show I would have the opportunity to interview Phil Lewis, you would have blown my mind. I had an incredible time chatting with Phil, and we had a great conversation about the new album, Black Diamonds, which will be available on April 14th, this Friday. And we talk about the new LA Guns coffee blend, the plans for the band for the rest of this year, and so much more. Here's a short clip from my interview with Phil Lewis. Check it out. I've heard LA Guns is working on a new coffee blend, or a few different coffee blends. Can you give any hints about that?
Well, yes, we got our own plantation down in Colombia. Nothing huge, just 1,000 acres, horses. And we've come up with this ingenious idea of blending cocaine with coffee. And so far we haven't gotten in any trouble, but we expect we will further down the line. So this is this LA Guns coffee that is so good that it actually makes your lips numb. It's true. Well,
I'm gonna have to get someone to try that out. I gotta see if this is legit. But
kidding. It's I don't know. I mean, we got a merch guy who is clearly very creative, and a lot of bands have their wine. I believe Def Leppard have a red wine. Iron Maiden have beer. It's just LA Guns. We got our cocked and loaded coffee, but no, it doesn't have Coke. I was just joking.
I figured you were, but it's always good to put a disclaimer on that. You never know; someone might take that out of context.
Yeah, acres, horses. I've been practicing.
I was not expecting. You had me for a little bit. I was like, is this real? This is not. Hope you enjoyed that clip of my interview with Phil Lewis from LA Guns. The full interview will be available this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You do not want to miss it. But now it is time for another edition of This Week in History. What historic events happened this week? Let's dive in. On April 10th, 1970, Paul McCartney officially announces the split of the Beatles. Legal disputes continued long after their breakup, and the dissolution was not formalized until December 29th, 1974, when Lennon signed the paperwork terminating the partnership while on vacation with his family at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. On April 13th, 2009, U.S. record producer Phil Spector was found guilty of second-degree murder of actress Lana Clarkson in 2003. Spector was sentenced to 19 years in the California State Prison System. According to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, Spector died in an outside hospital on January 16, 2021, at the age of 81. On April 14, 2000, Metallica files a lawsuit against Napster. The lawsuit focused on copyright infringement, racketeering, and unlawful use of digital audio interface devices. In March 2001, the federal district court judge ruling over the case issued a preliminary injunction in Metallica's favor pending the case's resolution. The injunction ordered Napster to place a filter on the program within 72 hours or be shut down. Napster was forced to search its system and remove all copyrighted songs by Metallica. And that is it for this episode of Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any topics or news you want me to cover? Let me know in the comment section down below. I have time to feature one more song. Before we go, I'm going to spin a great song from Kelsey Montanez. Kelsey is an incredible musician from Chicago, and in March, she released her latest single entitled Right Time to Win. Trading pop for bluegrass, Montanez demonstrates her versatility and range. Her voice is as electric as ever, floating above the bright twang of acoustic guitars and surely low-down backbeat, matched with clever lyrics, conjuring the images of a dangerous saloon to mull the existential ups and downs. Right Time to Win is a bold and magnetic track, perfect for barreling down life's highway. This single has great lyrics and sound, and I very much enjoy listening to it. I hope you guys enjoy. Right now, this is Right Time to Win by Kelsey Montanez. Check it out.
You've got a winning hand, don't let them see, don't let them catch a look. They're talking down to you, they don't realize you're the one who wrote the book. Just let them think you're some kind of clown, maybe you're just too drunk or high. And when they ask you how you're doing, just smile and say I'm fine. You've got to wait for the right time ahead. You've got to wait for the right time to win. What they don't know is just how long that you've been crawling your way out. So many times you're best friends with the ground. Honey, believe me, it ain't easy, but you gotta get back up. Yes, it's the words that hurt the worst, but soon you just won't give a fuck. You've gotta wait for the right time.
Once again, that was Right Time to Win by Kelsey Montanez. Please check out and support this great artist out of Chicago. And that is it for this episode of Super Cool Radio. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this video and hit that subscribe button. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, stay frosty!